Let's run through my top 10 tips if you're going to sell your house. I'm Mark from the Fazzini Group, and we make these videos so that you can make better decisions about buying or selling a home in the Tampa Bay area. Now, I run a team, and my team would love to help you in any way we can with your real estate needs. So if you are in the market to buy or sell, we'd love to hear from you. All right, so let's get into it. Tip number 1, make repairs at your home if you have been putting off certain issues so that the buyers feel like it's a more finished product. So we go to listings every week, and each situation is different. Typically, when there are issues at a home, let's say that you have some wood rot on the outside fascia, or you have a blemish in one of the ceilings from an old leak, or whatever it is, small issues that are very easy to fix typically bring a good ROI if you can fix them before listing. So any of those things you've been putting off, our team, we come in, usually we bring in a handyman, we go through a whole priority list, we have an ROI presented, and we try to get those done so that our clients can get top dollar. Basic things are like paint, so rooms that are showing really rough, haven't been painted in a while, fresh paint goes a long way. Touch-up repairs around the exterior, like that first entrance, curb appeal is everything, and we always want that front entrance to be a really good experience. Old door handles, old light switches, different things like that. And I have 2 kids, and you can imagine the things that they do to our walls at my house. So I get it, things happen. We just always love to touch up those small repairs before listing a home, so it looks just that much better. All right, next tip, make enhancements or do remodeling before you list. So in certain instances, a home that hasn't been remodeled in many, many years might have some upside if remodeling were to take place. So a lot of our clients love to sell their home as is. They do not want to do a bunch of work or spend money before they list it. However, if a home is in really rough shape, there are certain projects where you can get a positive ROI that are very much so worth it. And that's all on a case-by-case basis. Sometimes it could be just doing new kitchen countertops to really upgrade the feel of the home. It could be doing new flooring in the main area. It could be upgrading a bathroom. It really depends on the specific home and what's going on. But the big rule of thumb is don't spend the money if you're not going to get a positive ROI. So you have to have someone that's advising you on what to look at and what remodeling to do. Okay, the next tip, declutter your home. So we all know we need to do it, and it's always in the back of our mind to declutter and clean up our homes. Now, a lot of times you will have these types of things pile up over the years, and so when you're going to sell, not only is it a good time to declutter for the showing experience so that it's enhanced, but you're also going to get a head start on packing. So if you are going to list your home, you want to get in and remove things from countertops, remove things from, closets that are overflowing, just tidy up and declutter all horizontal surfaces. That's kind of a rule of thumb. You don't want a bunch of extra things sitting around that are going to be a distraction for potential buyers. Okay, the next tip is staging. It is often a good idea to stage your home. Now, whether that is a full stage where a company brings in furniture and makes it look amazing, typically for vacant homes, or if you're just adding little pieces here and there to give the home a finished look. The staging process is often overlooked, and it has substantial ROI if it's done right. So that could just be changing out some curtains, that could be changing out a bedspread, or even just adding some different things to a room or a countertop to give it a finished look. Remember, if you were a buyer looking at a house and a home had nice furniture in it, it feels so much different than if it's vacant. The rooms usually feel larger, it has a higher end finished look. And that's what buyers experience and how they have a better emotional connection with the home is when you have a finished product. Okay, the next tip, take professional photos. I can't tell you how many listings that we see online where it looks like someone just went in with an iPhone or, an old Polaroid and took some pictures. iPhone cameras are great, I get it, but if you're not having professional photography done with wide angle lenses and the proper lighting and proper editing, you are leaving money on the table. Remember, the photos are the first thing people see online. 98% of buyer searches start online, and the first thing they see of your home are those photos. So very important to take the right photos and have them be professionally done so that your home looks the best it can online. Okay, now the next 5 tips, they get a lot easier if you have a realtor that you can trust. So don't feel like if you're a seller out there, you have to do all this on your own. You should have a expert real estate agent that's going to walk you through all of these things. These next 5, they're important if you're selling a home on your own, but typically you're going to have a realtor that can advise you through them and help you make the best decision. So we want to be that for you. So call us or text us or email us at the info below. We'd love to help you. Okay, tip number 6 is price your home right. The number one mistake that most sellers make is pricing their home way above the market comps. And what happens when you price the home too high is that you don't get as many people interested in the home, booking showings, and a lot of times it sits on the market and gets stale if it's priced way beyond any of the comps in the neighborhood. You want to have research done on your price to make sure the property will appraise if a buyer is getting financing. You also want to price it in the sweet spot of the market where you will get a lot of showings, you'll have competition, and possibly even get multiple offers that will drive up the price. We've seen so many instances where the properly priced home ends up netting the seller a lot more than the home that starts way high and tries to reduce down. But sometimes it can be too late if that's not done quick enough. Now, there's no issue with testing the market at a higher price, but it's very important to know when to adjust the price based on the market feedback, the showing activity, and other data that you're able to get from your realtor. Okay, and the next tip, negotiate the best terms in your contract. So your agent should be able to help you with this, but sometimes the terms of the contract are even more important than the price. The terms of the contract will dictate how smooth your closing actually goes. Now, those terms are around inspection deadlines, other contingencies, closing date, et cetera, et cetera. And it's very important that you negotiate the best terms for your situation so that you have the smoothest transaction possible. Okay, the next tip, give full disclosure on any issues with your home. So the last thing anybody wants to do is deal with a lawsuit after you sell a home because you didn't disclose properly. Now, most states will have a seller's disclosure where you fill out any issues that wouldn't be known to the public from viewing your home, and that is a requirement that you disclose properly anything that would materially affect the value. So the last thing you want to do is not tell a buyer about a major insurance claim or a major roof repair that was done. I know it's not ideal to have to share negatives with a potential buyer, but this is what protects you in the future so that you're not going to have someone come after you with a lawsuit after you sell your home. Disclosure also helps when a home inspection is done and you've told the buyer everything you could about the home, so no surprises show up that you weren't honest about. Okay, tip number 9, have a plan. So if you're selling a home, you probably have to find somewhere else to live. Now, that could be a rental, that could be buying a new home. That situation can be pretty complex, but you want to have a good plan in place so that you're not going to be homeless, you're not going to be in an uncomfortable situation. So it's very important from day one to talk to a trusted agent that will help you plan everything out and make sure that you have a smooth transition. We never want to help a client sell their home with no plan, because our number one thing is making sure our clients can move smoothly to the next chapter, and that always includes some sort of plan on where they're going to go. All right, the final tip, hire a great real estate team. So if you hire a realtor that has a lot of experience and a great track record, they should be able to help you make great decisions every step of the way in the real estate transaction. So all of the important tips that we talked about today should be top of mind for any real estate agent that's going to help you through the process. A great realtor has typically gone through hundreds of transactions. They know the ins and outs. They know the local ins and outs of negotiating contracts and what to beware of and what to look out for. And they're going to be your number one advisor throughout the process. So whether that's a team like ours or someone else, I would say this is probably one of the best tips you could follow is hiring a great real estate team or a great real estate agent. Now, if you've watched this video to the end, I bet you're buying or selling in the near future. So we'd love to hear from you. And our real estate team can take very good care of you to make sure every one of these tips is followed. Reach out to us at the number below or email us. We'd love to hear from you soon.